Okay, we're going first facing Badoo. I'm going to put down Latios just so I can get Feebas out of the active. And unless we're Ionoed, we're going to use Lily's Determination. Our opponent uses Research right away. Oh, wow! 3 Dracloaks and a Dragapult and a Counter Catch, and he concedes. GG's.
Control players denied.
Hey Control Nation, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dr. Red. Here we have Stage 2 Mega Venusaur EX. It's a 380 base HP tank. We're not going to use it for aggression. We're going to use it to retreat lock. How? Stay tuned, young Grasshopper. I'll explain the cards and how they synergize. Let's ignore this Pokemon's attack and focus on its ability Solar Transfer. Soft Nature like during your turn, you may use this ability. Move a basic grass energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. We also have, in the Venusaur line, Bulbasaur. Bind Down states that for 1 grass energy doing 10 base damage, during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. We also have Shuckle with the Fermented Juice ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any grass energy attached, you may use this ability. Heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Milotic has the Mentally Calm ability. Your opponent's Pokemon in play and all attached cards cannot be put into your opponent's hand. Latios gives a basic Pokemon free retreat. Mimikyu will stall against Pokemon EX because it cannot take damage. We also have Pheasantipity for drawing 3 cards whenever one of our Pokemon are KO'd. We also have Relicanth with the Memory Dive ability. Each of your evolved Pokemon can use an attack from its previous evolutions. You still need the necessary energy to use each attack. And of course, we have Pidgeot EX with the Quick Search ability. Once during your turn, search your deck for any one card. How do these work? Well, with Relicanth on the bench, and evolving from Bulbasaur into Venusaur, we can use the Retreat Lock Bind Down attack and have 380 HP so we can take a bunch of hits from our opponent. If and when we get attacked, we simply just use the Solar Transfer ability to move the 1 grass energy on Venusaur to Shuckle to use Fermented Juice and heal 30 damage. Latios gives a free retreat to Mimikyu or Pidgey or Relicanth if it gets stuck. This is especially true if you want to stall with Mimikyu against an EX before you can get your Venusaur set up. Milotic's Mentally Calm ability prevents pickup cards from being used, such as Professor Turo's Scenario, Penny, and Scoop Up Cyclone, so we know the Retreat Lock is going to stick. Pheasantipity again draws 3 in case we absolutely need it, and then Pidgeot finds us whatever we need. So typically, ladies and gentlemen, you want to go first with this deck because you want to get your evolution for turn out of the way because of this card, Forest of Vitality. Each player's grass Pokemon can evolve into a grass Pokemon during the turn they play those Pokemon, except during their first turn. So it gets it out of the way. It also gets evolution return out of the way in general. This, ladies and gentlemen, is actually more useful near the end of the match. Let me explain. If you are taking damage on your Venusaur and Fermented Juice ability cannot heal you fast enough, what you're going to do is you're going to use Professor Turo's Scenario. Put one of your Pokemon in play into your hand. You'll use the Solar Transfer ability to get rid of your grass energy. And then with Forest Vitality in play, you just re-evolve the Bulbasaur into the Venusaur on your bench, presumably having Pidgeot EX pivot into the active so that you can use its free retreat. Now, if that doesn't work, we have a single copy of Wally's Compassion. Heal all damage from your Mega Evolution Pokemon EX. If you heal any damage in this way, put all energy attached to that Pokemon into your hand. It's important to note, ladies and gentlemen, that we have 2 copies of Turo because our opponent might be able to mine to Gust into the active. Relicanth, we don't have an extra energy to retreat, or even Milotic. Might have to take a turn off by Turoing it up, but it's better than having it stuck in the active where we can't do anything with it. To make sure we have something gustable, we have 2 copies of Accompanying Flute. Look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, put any basic Pokemon you find there onto the bench. The other thing to be careful about with Turo is that we also have Mist Energy. Prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. This is mainly against Monkey Dory with the confusion effect on its attack for Gardevoir decks. So if you're going to Turo, you're going to lose that. We also have a copy of Handheld Fan, so if you Turo, you'll lose it too. But again, you don't have to use Turo. Hopefully, you don't have to use Turo too often. The Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon. Move an energy from the attacking Pokemon to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. You have 2 copies of the new Lily's Determination for getting out of a bind. Shuffle your hand to your deck, draw 8 if you have 6 prize cards remaining. If not, draw 6. We also have 2 copies of Rock Scouting to go find the Pidgeot if we need it. 2 Pidgeot we need whenever we have a rare candy in our hand. To that end, we have 1 Ultra Ball, 1 redeemable ticket to get out of the prizes, whatever we need. 3 copies of the Force of Vitality. And this next one, ladies and gentlemen, is quite crucial. We have 2 copies of Picnic Basket. Heal 30 damage from each Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. This is to stop Monkey Dory from running a rampage with Guardy, and also if we can gust something small into the active, like say Shuckle, we can use Picnic Basket just to heal it away, get some extra turns while we figure out what it is we want to do. Let's have 2 copies of Pal Pad to get Iono, Lily's Determination back in to stop deck out, but also to get back in not only the 2 copies of Boss's Orders we have, but also the 1 Xerosix Machinations, where your opponent discards cards from their hand until they have 3 left in their hand. This card is an absolutely amazing tech with all of the draw power coming from Lily's Determination in other decks, and all of the cards that your opponent is going to be stacking into their hand while they're waiting to find that one card they need to try to enact their strategy. That's pretty much it. Gust into the active, whatever you need. Take a hit. Heal with Shuckle by using the Solar Transfer ability, or just use Wally's Compassion or Turo with Forest of Vitality in place, so you can just re-evolve into the Bulbasaur into Venusaur immediately. We have some recommendations here. If you don't like the build completely that's going on here, maybe your locals will suggest something else. Shaman will stop things like Ogerpon from bench sniping you. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, that is. Baby Toadstool has the Slime Mold Colony. Cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put in their hand by an effect of your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. So if you're worried about Goldango using Superior Energy Retrieval, put this card in. Toadstool EX, Protective Mycelium, anything with an energy attached acts as a mist energy, so you could just forego the mist energy if you want, or else just not be concerned about Turoing up Venusaur and losing the mist energy. Psyduck with the Damp ability, beautiful card. Pokemon in play that lose the ability that requires that Pokemon using it to knock itself out. So if you're afraid of Dusknoir, definitely include a copy of Psyduck. Elegium Slight Shift, move an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another one of their Pokemon. You have to include a Prism Energy, of course. Cornerstone Master Ogerpon to prevent damage from attacks done to Pokemon with Pokemon that have an ability. A lot of the EXs nowadays seem to don't have abilities, like the new Mega Lucario, so that's why I forewent it in this one and went with Mimikyu. Ethan Sudowoodo, it's more retreat locking for free on most Psychics. We also have Enhanced Hammer. If you don't like Ruffian, we have a copy of Ruffian, which will discard a tool and a special energy from a opponent's Pokemon. If you don't like using that as your supporter for turn, use Enhanced Hammer to get rid of the special energy. Tool Scrapper does the same thing, get rid of 2 Pokemon tools on the board. Area Zero Underdepths. If you want to include Ogerpon, you could put Area Zero Underdepths in just to get more Pokemon on your bench, to get a whole lineup going. It's especially good against Terra decks that are going to have a big bench anyway. Penny, if you want to forego Wally's Compassion or sacrifice a copy of Turo for a penny, that's fine. Hero's Cape, if you're not feeling the Precious Trolley, Hero's Cape, this Pokemon gets 100 HP, so make Venusaur a 480 HP tank. And we're back to the beginning. So before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you to all of the arborists, the channel members who keep me going doing this content for you. I really enjoy it. Thank you so much for your support here. And thank you everybody in the Discord server who contributes all of their unique deck ideas and keeping CPU what it is. Thank you all so very much. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy Venusaur Retreat Lock. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Peace. Okay, so it looks like we're facing Venusaur. I'm guessing, yeah, with the bug catching set, this is the aggressive type with Ogerpon and Meganium. They get a Bulbasaur and a Venusaur off of the bug catching set. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Put 2 in any combination of Grass Pokemon and Basic Grass Energy into your hand. We actually have a really nice hand here ourselves. We have Brock Scouting. We're going to get Bulbasaur and Pidgey. Arven to Rare Candy for Pidgeot, into Pidgeot. All right, and they attach Bind Down, attach an energy to Bulbasaur. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Bulba, Pidgey. Mimikyu is our friend here, although, of course, if Meganium makes it to the board, I'm guessing it will. Have to be careful about that. Okay, there's Bulba. There's Pidgey. We're just going to leave it at that. Maybe the mist on the Pidgey on the off chance they're playing Devo. Benches Shuckle, that's fine with us. Gets an Ivysaur, the 100 HP one. Lily's Determination, he's going to use Leech Seed on the Feebas. There's an Ogerpon. Okay, Teal dances to draw 1. Force of Vitality, that helps us just as well. We're okay with that. He gets his Venusaur. He can't use Jungle Dump for 240. It's only he only needs 4 energies, not 3. All right, we're gonna Arven. We're gonna go ahead and get Rare Candy. We also have Precious Trolley, which is what we're looking for. Ivysaur. All right, let's go ahead. Get Trolley. Okay, so we're going to want Mimikyu, Reli. I like Shuckle. I also really like Pheasantipity. Actually, I kind of like Latios because now I can protect the Feebas by giving him Mimikyu. I'm gonna put it here on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on Pidgeot just to be safe. He's not poisoning or confusing me or anything, so it's not like that's an issue. He's gonna get an Ivysaur onto the bench. That's fine. He's going to play Lily's Determination. Shuffle will draw 8 if you have 6 prize cards. Otherwise, draw 6. He draws 8. He benches another Ogerpon. That's good for us. If he doesn't have Meganium. Well, I mean, he can just load up if he wants, but what's the point? Mimikyu's in the active. Okay, he draws another one with Teal Mask. Yeah, he's going to Solar Transfer onto himself. Does he have Boss? Nope. He just has Jungle Dump. It's not going to do anything. Picnic Basket, like to see it. We can retreat and start locking. Let's get the Milotic down. Just to make sure he's not going to pull any shenanigans. I'm also going to put the handheld fan on Ivysaur. Okay, so what we're going to do, depending on what we top deck, I'm going to go ahead and get a Grass Energy, boss up the Shuckle, use Ivysaur through Relicanth to bind down, then I can go get Venusaur later. He's going to Ionos. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. See if we can get one of the cards we need. Flute is not bad. We did get the Grass Energy. That's great. Yep, Jungle Dump's not going to do anything. Shuckle is our target here because it's the path of least resistance. Another Ivysaur will attach to the Ivysaur. We'll play Accompanying Flute. Okay. Another Iono. He has leftovers is even better. All right, we'll take that. I think we're just gonna get the Venusaur just to establish our dominance, so to speak. Huh? Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and start controlling next turn. He's going to boss up. Is it the Reli? Oh, he wants my Latios. He does not like my free retreating. Which is fine with me. Jungle Dump, yep. That's fine. Activates Counter Catcher. We don't need Mimikyu there. We're just going to bring up the Venusaur. Ivysaur. Could get another one set up. I don't dislike that. I have 2 counters. I got 2 pal pads, 2 bosses. Let's use our supporter for turn. Yeah, we'll bring up Shuckle. Yeah, we'll just bind down. We'll go ahead and get picnic baskets so that if he doesn't want to heal, he probably, he'll be in his best interest not to heal, because then I can just, Oh, is he gonna do that? Is he gonna heal? So okay, he's just gonna give me the free lock. Okay. Or is he thinking of attacking or what? I don't know. I'm not sure what he's thinking here. Yes, he is gonna heal himself. Okay, well. We were just going to use Picnic Basket, but that's fine with me. We have Milotic, so he's not getting out. He has to have a switch somewhere. If he wants to attack me, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and get Fermented Juice Shuckle. He's going to roll out, and I'm just going to, push it back somewhere else. It doesn't really matter where, because he's just going to use it again. Where's the vitality? All right. Well, just to make this easier, because it takes time to constantly have to use fermented juice with the solar transfer, I'm just going to make it easier on you, the viewer, and me, the player. Online, that is. We're just going to use fermented juice here. And I'm going to bind down. He's going to solar transfer back. Well, yeah, this is going to be a nice little exchange after exchange. He's going to fermented juice. Okay. All right, looks like we're going to be here a while. Oh, we got a Zerosic. That's awesome. He has 9 cards. Let's just go ahead and force him to get rid of 6 of them. Zerosic is an awesome tech card in this deck, because when you retreat lock your opponent, they're going to get a lot of cards trying to figure out what can they do, or they're going to be waiting for that one card they need, like a switch, to get out of it. And then while they're waiting, just hit them with Zerosic, force them to get rid of stuff. Okay, let me go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to get Counter Catcher just in case, and then we're going to bind down. The opponent got rid of Grass Energy, Wally's Compassion, Earthen Vessel, Shuckle, Bulbasaur, and Nest Ball. And they're going to pass. Yeah, I think they figured it out. Yeah. Yep. Lily, we're just going to bind down. They're going to manually attach to Teal Mask. We're 1 card ahead of them for the deck out, but that's okay because we have Lily. We put our massive hand back into our deck. So they have fewer draw power. Okay, we're just going to keep binding. Put Zerosic and Boss back in with the POW pad. He's gonna. I know what. That's fine with us. He has 26. Draw down to 422. We draw down to 24. Fine. Oh, we got Picnic Basket. That's even better. Counter Catcher is welcome. We're gonna bind down. Turo. All right. I'm gonna bind down. Okay. We get another boss. All right, we'll bind down once more. Okay. Picnic basket. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, we'll get one of our PAL pads. We have Iono in hand. So we can just recycle Iono later. I really want to get Boss and Zerosic back. And he concedes. GG's on the mirror match. Okay, so we're going first. Don't know what we're playing against. Oh, we got Force of Vitality. Okay, we'll get Bulbasaur, Feebas, Latios, Mimikyu. Oh, this is terrible because I need Pidgeot crap. Need to get Reli out of the active. We'll get Pidgey. Play Accompanying Flute, Frillish, and Monkey. We have Mist. Yeah, we'll put them both down. So we'll go into the Mimikyu. In case Jelly wants to come up. Alright, so we have Lily's Determination for next turn. He's going to bench a Ralts. That's what we're trying to do, trying to stop as many of those from coming down as possible. Tad just a Frillish. You gonna pass? All right. Let's put the forest down and play Lily, see what we get. Got the Venusaur. Let's get rid of each of these. We do not have Pidgeotto. That is a travesty. Alright, but we can at least get... We need to be able to use rare candy as well. Okay, well, we're just going to have to see what happens. The item locks us. We're going to have to find a way. We're going to have to boss trap something. We need to find the grass energy. He gets a Curlia. Yep, and bring up the Frillish. I really didn't want to have to bring in Latios. I'd rather have Shuckle, but with Reli in the active, that's not good. Turo. We can always just get rid of Mimikyu if we want. We're just gonna end our turn. If he evolves into Jellicent, that's fine with us. Mimikyu's not doing anything. Gets a Guardy, okay. But there's absolutely nothing in his discard pile. He's gonna Iono us. That is a very, very welcome Iono. We got Flute and we got Lily. Oh yeah, I was gonna say Arven's. Yeah, but can't use the rare candy with Frillish using Oceanic Bloom. Can play Nest Ball. It's a Pheasantipity. Alright, that's fine with us. Okay, he's gonna attach to Frillish again. Is he trying to evolve into Jellicent? Another Oceanic Gloom. Another Venusaur. It's Lilies. We got Picnic Basket. We got our... Yeah, we got our lock. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. If he evolves into Jellicent, that's fine. Boss's orders is not affected. If he wants to do that, if he wants to tap Mimikyu, we just retreat because of Latios. Bring up Venusaur, and we can trap whatever we want. I don't like Mew because of Guardy. He gets stuff in the discard. Maybe Monkey. Maybe Monkey. We need a Mist Energy, though, because of the confusion on Mind Bend. I'm thinking Fez. He's going to research away Devo, Iono, and Night Stretcher. That's good for us. We didn't lose our boss. He draws 7. He uses an Ultra Ball. What's he going to go get? Gets rid of Iono and Ralts for a Jellicent. Yep, that's what he wants. That's fine with us. Now, Mimikyu cannot be KO'd with the Jellicent, at least. Okay. Power Press isn't going to do anything. Rock Scouting. Okay, so now I'll be able to stall long enough, I hope, to be able... If he gets a monkey, if he gets a Psychic on the monkey, takes out Mimikyu, that's fine. We can Night Stretcher it back. Also gets a free. Also opens up a space for Shuckle. Gets rid of Force of Vitality. Puts Artisan in play. So, yeah, we're thinking of Brock for Pidgeot, Arven for the rare candy, and then we can get Pidgeot in play. We get a Mist Energy on Venusaur. Alright, he plays Artisan. Gets another monkey down. Okay. He Ionos us. Alright. Could be worse. We kind of like that hand. It was okay. See what we get. Rare Candy Brock. Let's go. Let's go. He could bench snipe our Rally or our Feebas. That's just part of the game, I think. Part of what we have to deal with. Okay. And he passes. All right. Mist Energy. All right, let's use Brock. We managed to find a way around not having Pidgeotto. He also has Devo. Maybe he has a second. I'm kind of paranoid about that. I'm going to put it on the Pidgeot just to be safe. We're going to get Milotic, so no Turos are going to come our way. And we're going to bind down. plays Earthen Vessel. He's going to get rid of a Psychic Energy. For a Darkness and a Psychic. Puts it on the Monkey Dory. He can move it to Mimikyu like we said. We're okay with that. Okay, what's he gonna do here? Does he want to monkey the Fez damage onto Mimikyu? We're thinking what we're gonna do is maybe get Shuckle into hand, Psychic Embrace. Maybe we already have a boss's orders, so see what happens there. Yep, he's gonna put Psychic on the Jellicent. Okay. Can't attach it to Fez, it's a dark type. You're gonna Adrenabrain. Yep, going for the Mimikyu. That's fine because it activates Counter Catcher as long as Jellicent stays out of the active. Okay, we'll do this to Venusaur for the monkey. We're gonna go ahead and use Quick Search. Let's get Shuckle. Yeah. And we'll bind down. All right. All right, so he can move Jellicent or Pheasantippi to KO the Mimikyu. He's going to play Earthen Vessel, gets rid of a Psychic Energy for a Dark and a Psychic. He has one Psychic in the discard. Attaches to the Monkey. Plays Ultra Ball. Gets rid of the two Psychic Energies. For a Scream Tail? Okay, well, that's not going to work. Well, he's thinning for a... Yeah, I guess he's thinning. I don't know. Can't Turo. We got Milotic down. He's going to research away Candy and Scream Tail, so maybe he is thinning. All right. Draws 7. He has 11 cards in the deck. Plays Adrenabrain. The ability, of course. Yep, there goes Mimikyu. That's fine with us. What's that picnic basket for this exact situation? Heal 30 from everything. But there's nothing that really needs healing, so we're okay. He's going to pass, all right. So I'm going to put Shuckle down. Just to spare everybody the constant backing and forthing of Solar Transfer, I'm going to go ahead. I don't. I take that back. I do not have a second energy. All right. I will put down Handheld Fan. And we'll just bind down. Okay, opponent draws for turn. He has 10 cards left, 9 cards in hand. Maybe we'll get a Xerosic for next turn. Gonna Adrenabrain, yep. Onto Relicanth, alright. Does not like the Reli. There is a 6-minute time difference between me and my opponent. If I were to start using, if I had multiple Shuckles, just kept using Fermented Juice, it would take up a lot of time. So beware if you're playing on the ladder or in an online tournament. Basically, what we're going to do next is try maybe, Zerosic him. Heal that damage off. He's going to Arven. Okay. Okay, he's going to get Night Stretcher and Air Balloon. Air Balloon's not going to work here. Night Stretcher can get back a Psychic Energy or Scream Tail or Ralty's just going to pass. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead. Get that good old trusty Zerosic. My favorite trainer in the format. On the H block, he'll be here a while. Typically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to play Zerosic, you want to do it first thing, because before you do anything else, you want to see what your opponent gets rid of before they know what you're doing. So if I were to heal, like, it's pretty obvious what I'm doing here, but like if you have a more complicated deck where you're not just trying to retreat lock and stall maybe with Mimikyu, definitely Zerosic first. Make them get rid of their hand, and then they can see what you're going to do. All right, and we're just going to use Solar Transfer. Use Fermented Juice. Heal up the Rally, and then we're going to go ahead and transfer it back. And we're going to bind down. No, like I said before, I'd be afraid of Cruel Error here, but he's not charging it up. If we were to charge it up like even once, I would just bring up the Monkey Dory and be like, whatever. Mew can just copy Jungle Dump, that's not good. Guardy can hit me for 190, that's not good. And what did he get rid of? He got rid of Counter Catcher, Nest Ball, Counter Catcher, Lily's Clefairy, Ultra Ball, Darkness Energy, and an Air Balloon. He plays Night Stretcher. Wait. He gets back a Darkness Energy. He has two. Oh, okay. Now he's charging up the Fez. All right. He's going to Arven. He's going to fail it. Gonna Adrenabrain. Is there any Psychic Energies in there? Yeah, 3. That's what I thought. And he's gonna restart and draw 1. Okay. And now we're just gonna Counter Catcher up the Monkey Dory. We have Wally's Compassion. I don't think we're gonna need it though. Ruffian, maybe we'll just get Palpad. Yeah, just to be safe. He's only going to do 60 to me. Mist Energy stops me from being confused, so I'm just going to spare you all the Solar Transfer shenanigans. And he concedes. GG's. That's Guardy, baby. Okay, so we're facing Lucario. Wow, this is a terrible opening hand. I don't want to get rid of anything, but my gosh, I have to establish something on the board. I don't want to get rid. Yeah, I guess I kind of have to. Let's get Pidgey. We got Shuckle. That's good. Okay, and how many? Yeah, we got 3 forests. All right. The advantage to playing Forest of Vitality is that I don't need to get Bulbasaur down turn 1. I could just do whatever I want as long as I can find Forest. Which is fantastic when you're using Turo, of course. They bench Makihita. They're playing Fighting Gong, of course. Search for a basic fighting energy or a basic fighting Pokemon. No doubt they're doing a deck search, so we'll just wait. Lunar Cycle ability, once during your turn if you have a Soul Rock in play. They get a Riolu off of the Fighting Gong. Discard a fighting energy, draw 3. They attach EXP share to Makihita. They attach an energy to Riolu. They're going to research away Turo and Power Pro. They play Fighting Gong again. They get a Soul Rock. Let's see if they have an energy. And they do. Discard 1, draw 3. Okay. Another Fighting Gong. Wow, they're using them all up. You get another full art Riolu. And they pass. Okay. Another Pidgeot. That's terrible. We just have to pass. Good news is if he comes in with Lucario, we can just stall. But then he can just light up Soul Rock and Lunatone. He actually just attached to Lunatone, retreat, and bring in Soul Rock. There's Hariyama. Alright, so he has the instant Gust. Heave-Ho Catcher. Brings up the Pidgey. He's going to play Pokegear. Gets a Lily's Determination. Shuffle and draw 8 if you have 6 prizes. Otherwise, draw 6. He has 7 cards in hand. Attaches to Riolu. He's going to Lily's. Benches Makihita. He's going to Lunar Cycle again to draw 3. He's down to 25 cards in his deck. Zerosix would be nice. All these drawing decks. Mother of Zerosix will be a good tech card. Mist Energy. Alright, we can do this. We can do Mist. We'll call for family. Bulbasaur, Feebas. I kind of like another Pidgey, but if I can find... He's not... Yeah. If I can find my Milotic, then I can get a retreat lock. Not to be concerned about anything, because I got Boss's orders, and I need to find Relicanth. But I could always just keep Bulbasaur here and just attack with Bind Down. Another Lunar Cycle draws 3. Plays another Lily's. Shuffles in 10. Draws 8. Gets an Ultra Ball. Gets rid of Soul Rock, Lunatone, I'm guessing for Lucario. Yep, there it is. He has 3 energies in the discard. He's going to Aura Jab. Yep. And he's going to attach them to what? The Riolu? Yep, Riolu and Hariyama. Okay. We'll push the Mimikyu. We get another boss. I kind of like evolving into Ivysaur, but I don't have Relicanth, nor do I have any Grass Energy. Or Jab's just going to take care of Ivysaur anyway. I might be able to somehow, if I can get an energy, I could just boss something with just use Bulbasaur. Makihita is not weak to us. These are all weak to Psychic, except for Soul Rock and Lunatone. Lunatone needs 2 energies to hit me. Soul Rock can hit me for 70. Attaches an air balloon to Soul Rock. He's going to research away his hand. He gets rid of Power Pro, Turo, Nest Ball, Fighting Gong, Premium Power Pro. Gets another Hariyama. Okay, he's going to bring up Bulbasaur then? Yes, he is. Okay. There's no energy in the discard pile. We're just going to push Mimikyu again. This is a regular stall deck now. Picnic Basket is for Bulbasaur. We can't use it. It's another Mega Lucario. That's fine with us for the Mimikyu. He's going to Iono us. Thank goodness. Yes, we need this Iono badly. Whiscash, Lana's Aid. I'm sorry, not Whiscash, Relicanth. I was thinking Whiscash Mill, because I have an idea for that with Lucario. Wally's Compassion. Accompanying Flute, can't use it. Okay, he's going to pass. Counter Catcher. We're just going to go get these two right back. I'm not going to bother gusting anything. I can't do anything. I mean, I'm already stalling with Mimikyu. He's not charging up Hariyama. There's no energy. He's going to boss up my Pidgey. Okay. I mean, I'm giving him fodder, but at the same time, I need to get a board established. Ruffian, we can get rid of any one of those tools, but there's no point right now. Actually, no point at all, because I can just retreat lock these guys, and I'm not taking KOs. Lunar Cycle. He attaches to Hariyama. That's bad for us. He's gonna Poke Gear. We can Gust Trap. It gets an Iono. Okay, we could Gust Trap this Hariyama then. He's gonna Iono. That's fine. We're totally fine with that. We got Turo, and the other Pidgey, Shuckle, Force of Vitality. Yep, can't touch me. No. Ivysaur, check it out. We got Force of Vitality online. Let's go. I'll put Shuckle down. We will Lily's Determination. And we can't do anything. Brock's scouting next turn for Pidgeot. Yes, because we got the rare candy. Okay. He's going to Lunar Cycle. 6 cards in hand, 8 cards in the deck. He's going to retreat, I'm guessing, into this guy. That's fine, because... Yep, Wild Press is going to do that. All right, now. I'm going to go here. Let's see what we get off the top deck. Precious Trolley. Okay. Get that Pidgeot. Let me do a quick search here. All right. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is quick search. I'm going to go ahead and get this. Okay, so now I can't Gust him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat lock. He could retreat with the 3 fighting energy he has attached. He's a 3-star retreat cost. So if he wants to KO me, he's actually going to end up KOing himself because he's going to do 70 damage to himself. He's going to do 210 damage. So what I'm going to do is use Solar Transfer, move it onto the Shuckle, then use Wally's Compassion, and go find a counter catcher to lock this Hariyama because he's completely wide open. Never mind. Okay, I'm not going to step another Bulbasaur as well. I guess I could because he has Artisan, but I don't have Force of Vitality. Yeah. He's going to Wild Press. Okay. He's going to KO himself. EXP shared need not apply, of course. Arven. All right, we can go get counter catcher with that if we want, but we're not going to because we want Wally. Okay. So now, Pidgeot. All right, we're going to use Solar Transfer. Put it on Shuckle. I'm going to press Done. Then we're going to play Wally's Compassion, get rid of all that nasty damage. We're going to start all over, and we're just going to use Solar Transfer. Bring it back to the Venusaur. Let's use Quick Search. We're going to go ahead and get Counter Catcher. I'm going to bring up Hariyama, and we're going to bind. We're going to bind down? Yeah, we're going to bind down. Taking the chance that he has a third Turo. I like the idea of Mega Brave doing 270 to us. He's going to put in Town Store. Going to fail it. He's going to pass. All right. We have a boss. That's lovely. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and solidify the lock with Milotic. You could debate I should have done that last turn, but I don't really like the idea, again, of getting attacked. Okay. And he's going to pass. Accompanying Flute. Let's just see what we get. He has Hariyama, Baby Lucario, Ultra Ball, Night Stretcher, Artisan. Okay. I have Zerosic. That's fine. Okay. And we're just going to bind down. Maximum Belt. And he's going to research away his hand. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a GG's. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please take care of yourselves. The world's crazy. Say prayer. And may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Peace.